everybody? It's me, it's Alexis, Maurice, and
Trei Hollywood.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The One Up.
That was a cute note. I like that for you.
Okay, thank you. You know what? I appreciate that, Trei. The Vocal Bible taught me how to sing that song. The Vocal Bible taught me how to hit that note, okay?
In pause, this is the note. Why are you down there? Please do that.
Go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine, pull up a chair, put on some lipstick, ladies. Guys, put on some lip balm, because we are about to discuss the latest hot topics. Now, before we begin, before we take our first sip, make sure that you go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you share it on all of your social media platforms. Trei, what are you drinking on tonight?
This is a Moscato, red Moscato.
Oh, okay, regular Moscato.
Yeah.
You need to level up.
So my plan actually was to.
Okay, girl, bye.
Well, I won't be drinking tonight because I'm at work, but I do got me some kombucha or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know if it's kombucha. No,
It's kombucha. Yeah.
Kombucha. I'm drinking that tonight. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So you just starting on the juggler, huh?
Let's just go in. Let's just go ahead and put all the cards on the table and let's shake the damn table. Okay. We just saw, I think this was episode 5 or 6 of season 15 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And baby, when I tell you it went down between Kandi and Marlo, this was probably one of the most intense fights that we've seen on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for quite some time. Now, everyone is divided. People are on Team Kandi. Some people are on Team Marlo. I'm Team Marlo today, and I believe Trei is probably Team Kandi. But let's break this down. We started off the episode with the producers, the editors, doing like a
previously on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
First of all, hold up, before we go on, what did you think about them removing NeNe from that little opening sequence?
So I wasn't bothered by it because my thing is she has she's suing the network. So I mean it's a whole thing going on.
No, NeNe dropped that. That case is no longer valid anymore.
Well, these edits probably was already done before that was already dropped.
These edits were done. No, please, Trei, come on.
You know.
Okay, girl, bye.
All jokes aside, that was disrespectful to the queen, because not only is the Real Housewives of Atlanta built on NeNe's back, but also the whole Housewives franchise was built on NeNe's back.
I thought it was built on Sheree's bones.
Child, them bones are broken and brittle, okay? They are dust.
I gotta be good.
That was sort of low-key kind of I just felt it was kind of low-key disrespectful for them to do that.
You have done me wrong.
It was shady, but I think that it's
shady, disrespectful, Trei.
You have done me wrong.
Come on,
it calls for more conversation. We're talking about it. We're talking about it, right? We're discussing it.
So what kind of conversation are you talking about?
I'm saying we're talking about it, so it has the people talking about it. But I've heard that they did actually redo it.
Previously on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
They did. Let me tell you what happened.
Social media happened. That's what happened.
I ain't got cable no more, y'all. So I just use all streaming services now. I always wait for the episode to become available after 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be ready to watch it. 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I get off at 6 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no damn episode. I go home, I go to bed, I wake up, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Still no episode. I get to the Twitter. I said, hold up, wait a damn minute, bro. Peacock, where the is the new episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Now, Peacock actually tweeted me back, child. And they said they're working on it. They'll make sure the episode will be up on tomorrow or something like that. I said, well, I hope y'all are taking the time to fix that shade and that diss that y'all threw to NeNe, because that was disrespectful. And they listened to me, and they heard what I said, and they changed it. So
you're the reason.
Of course I'm the reason. I'm always the reason, child. I'm always the reason, girl. Okay. I'm that girl. I'm that girl. But when I went to go watch the episode, guess what? They had just cut that whole part out.
Previously on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So yes, thank you, Peacock, for listening to me. Oh,
Anywho.
and listening to what I had to say, because that was rude and disrespectful.
You have done me wrong.
Anywho, Bravo decided to give the whole revamp of Kandi and Marlo's relationship or friendship or whatever the case may have been throughout the years.
Which has always been very nice. It's been cordial. Kandi has always supported Marlo.
She said nice things. She carried herself in a manner of where she felt like Marlo should be there. She should be a part of the women. And then we get to the years after Marlo has got her peach. Where Marlo began to now start disrespect Kandi, or try to create a storyline around what Kandi does or hasn't done. So no, we're going to talk about the situation at hand. Marlo's trying to create a storyline to be relevant, and she's using Kandi's name as a platform to be relevant and have a storyline. Kandi said in that whole argument, you didn't have an issue about flowers. The next day, when you came to my house, you talked to me about it. And I love that the producers went back and showed the whole, Kandi embracing her, and he embracing her. Absolutely. So this is why I can't believe that you're Team Marlo, because usually you're about the facts. Usually you're about the truth and what actually is there, what we see visible. And they showed us that Kandi was empathetic. She showed sympathy. She talked to her about it. And what got me is when she was at that table with her cousins or her assistants or whoever, and she was like, no, Kandi ain't say nothing or do nothing. Bitch, what? The girl's delusional. She's delusional.
So wait a minute, Trei. Wait a minute. Marlo is upset because she felt like Kandi's reaction to her nephew getting murdered by his roommate, who he met at Old Lady Gang. Marlo's nephew used to work at Old Lady Gang. Marlo is upset because of the lack of empathy that Kandi showed. Now, what you saw in the flashback, yes, Marlo went over to Kandi's house and they were talking about it, but Kandi was kind of like, she didn't know if she really want to talk about all of that stuff. That's how it came across to me. But overall, hear me out, she did show support to Marlo. What Marlo is saying is, yes, my nephew wasn't working for you anymore, but the fact that he's my nephew and the fact that he was a former employee of yours, you could have sent some flowers or you could have gave some type of recognition to the fact that one of your old employees was murdered to the family. Like, all jokes aside, whenever someone on our job passes away or a family member of someone we pass with, what do? We sign a card, we collect a card, we might send a flower. Being that Marlo looks as Kandi and all of these girls as her friends, and that he was an old employee of hers, I kind of can understand where Marlo is coming from about sending some type of acknowledgement of the fact that my nephew was just murdered.
Maurice, then why is Marlo not mad at everybody then? Marlo's bringing up this shit that happened back almost 3 years ago to current. And I wanted to bring up, remember that episode in that scene when Marlo and Kandi was at, I think it was like a sauna where they went to go get like a massage or whatever. Marlo actually said, I appreciate you sending that cash out money. So it looks like Kandi did actually send some money to Marlo, maybe to help with the funeral arrangements, maybe to do whatever. My thing is, we're sitting here acting like Kandi didn't do nothing. She showed sympathy for her situation. She also cashed up her money. Why the fuck are you not mad at SHAAAADE? Why the fuck are you not mad at Simon?
Because she had a better relationship with Kandi.
In actuality, Kandi, they never admit, Kandi and Marlo are not friends, but she has been cordial. There was a point when Kenya and Marlo were friends.
Right. But
there was a point where NeNe and Marlo were friends. She is mad at Kandi, and she's using Kandi as a storyline to be mad about the situation. It's stupid.
Didn't Marlo date like one of Kandi's cousins or something back in the day? So they
what does that have to do with it?
They have a lot of history with each other. Yes, they may not be close like Kenya and Kandi, or like Kandi was with Phaedra. I still kind of can understand people just wanting some type of acknowledgement from the people that they consider their loved ones.
She don't owe her nothing. I'm sorry to say it, but she don't owe Marlo nothing.
You're right.
Now, could she have? Let me ask you this question. They show these pictures of Kandi taking pictures with the restaurant and the employees. When people own a business, does that mean they always know every employee? No, because they have a manager. A manager hires people.
Come on, Trei.
No.
It ain't
No. Let me finish. Let me finish. Kandi has businesses. Kandi has a lot going on. Does she know every employee? No. It's a possibility she don't. And I say that to say this. I took a picture with my coworker coworkers recently that fall under my regional, and I don't know all them motherfuckers. You're not gonna know everybody.
But
She even
Trei,
said, no, she even said when she
certain,
texted her, do you know? She said, do you know so-and-so? And she said, I don't know the name. Let me check. She's like, I don't know, but I'm sorry for the loss. She even said it in a text message.
But Trei, come on now. Let's be realistic. When certain things happen, whether it's birthdays, death, whatever, don't we sometimes look to hear things or acknowledgement from certain people? Like if your birthday came, your birthday's coming up. If I didn't reach out to you for your birthday, bitch, you would feel some type of way about that, wouldn't you?
Well, that's because you and I are friends.
And
Marlo and Kandi are not friends.
They are acquaintances and they have some type of relationship. And I think that's the part that Marlo is kind of over when it comes to these. I've been knowing y'all.
Marlo needs to grow up.
I finally get my peach, and now that I get my peach, all of a sudden y'all want to start acting weird and y'all want to start acting funny or acting like I'm not good enough or I haven't earned my place here. That's how I feel about
now that you got your peach, you want to come for Kandi. That's what it is. Don't try to seek validation through anybody. I don't care who it is. Don't try to seek validation through nobody.
Listen, she doesn't need to be validated, but it will feel good to have the women who you have been working with and have some level of friendship with over a decade to have some type of acknowledgement or nod to them like, okay, girl, like I'm proud of you.
Marlo ain't got shit going on. She using every storyline for every season. Her nephew, it was her other nephews last season. This year is her season. Her nephew got murdered.
So
I'm talking about her.
No, and I don't like the fact that these ladies continue to throw Marlo's past in her face all of the time. It's not cool. It's not right. And I agree with Sheree. I agree with Sandy on all of them on that. Like, that is that girl's past. Every time that something happens with Marlo, y'all want to throw up the fact that she sliced the bitch in their face. That's not cool.
Maurice, was Marlo not always the one who tried to throw up somebody else's past? Remember that season where they would sit at the table and Marlo said, hey, Kandi, I heard you used to be a lesbian. Random as fuck when you know this woman is married to a man. She tries to bring up people's past constantly. Why are you defending her nonsense? Marlo is full of delusional shit. Next topic, please.
So no, we're not done. Because I want to talk about how y'all and most of the people was trying to say, Drew, all of them, Marlo was aggressive. Marlo was not aggressive. If anybody was aggressive in that situation, it was Kandi. Kandi was super aggressive towards Marlo.
No.
First of all, Kandi came in there with a chip on her shoulder. She came in there with a bad attitude.
And she did like a grown woman. She addressed it. She went to the side and she addressed it. No, because if somebody else didn't address shit and you just sitting around here with bad energy, she tried to address it and clear it out.
Okay, but address it.
We all know from many situations where Marlo has been aggressive. In that particular situation, I don't really think any woman was aggressive because nobody approached each other. They stood in their space and they both hollered.
Trei, did you watch the same episode, bitch? Marlo was like,
she did.
I'm sitting here trying to talk to you. Marlo's hands was even behind her back at one particular
I hate how y'all trying to use. I hate how y'all trying to use that. Y'all not gonna try to use
aggressor in that situation, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I love.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. But Marlo has always been aggressive, just like when Drew was standing there talking. She was talking to Drew, and she got up and started yelling at Drew. That wasn't aggressive. That wasn't aggressive.
No. Y'all need to cut that out. Y'all are extra hard on Marlo, and it's not cool. It's not cool. Marlo deserves to be where she is. She has earned her place as a peach holder.
I mean, it's all due respect. I think I said this last week's episode. I'm gonna say it again. Fuck Marlo.
That was very, very rude. Trei, what in the hell is wrong with Joseline Hernandez?
She on okay, allegedly. I want no lawsuits, but the girl on something. We always known from loving hip hop Atlanta.
Loving hip hop.
The girl always ain't had it right upstairs. Even on College Hill, she ain't got it right upstairs.
So let's talk about that. So for those of you who don't know what happened, Floyd Mayweather was in an exhibition fight against, I think, one of the Gotti grandkids or something like that. I believe the devil was in that venue. Like it was a lot of arena, yes. It was a lot of spirits spirits. It was a lot of demonic, in my opinion, activity and spirits that was in that arena. But there was a fight that broke out between the two camps of the boxers, Floyd Mayweather and the other guy's family. Then we go backstage and Joseline is fighting everybody who's walking. If you got 2 eyes, 2 legs, 2 arms, and 10 toes and fingers, bitch, she was putting her hands on you. You remember that old commercial where the white man was in the backyard? He was just slapping everybody.
Slapping every back. Boom.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry! Righto. What's going on here?
Oh, sir, I'm arrested. Oh! Oh!
Joseline was going through slapping bitches left and right, pimp slapping, pushing them, don't touch me. Ah! Like she was doing all kind of little crazy stuff. One particular person, I think her name is Big Lex, who Joseline was fighting, who apparently was one of the cast members on her cabaret show when it was here in Atlanta. Joseline beat that girl's ass, beat her out her clothes, her titties and everything was hanging out. Then Joseline's husband, he got involved and he wanted to hit and kick somebody. It was just too much going. She was chasing after people, and I still don't understand why.
What the fight was for.
What happened? What was the fight about?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Something wrong with her. I just don't understand what made her go swinging. They need to lock that bully up and throw away the fucking key. Because Joseline got issues. There has to be an example made. You know, there's always an example made of men when they do stuff. Make an example of a bully when they do stuff. And that's exactly what Joseline Hernandez is. The girl need to be locked up. The example needs to be made. Make the example. Make the example out of her. Point blank period. Zeus Network too need to be shut down.
You know, my thing about Joseline is we all fell in love with the Puerto Rican princess when she was on Love and Hip Hop. Her antics were funny. We did. We come on. You liked Joseline back in the day.
I never liked Joseline. Never. I never liked Joseline.
From the moment Joseline walked in and said, "Hey, maid."
Hey, maid. I see you got on your May outfit like you always do.
Like she was just a TV legend at that particular point. We all love Joseline. But
y'all just be throwing out titles and stuff.
Joseline is a TV legend in her own right. Like when you talk about the New Yorks, when you talk about NeNe, I think you can kind of throw Joseline Hernandez's name up in there.
No, New York and NeNe really should feel disrespected when people put Joseline in the same category as them. Like, I really do feel like that's a bit of disrespect because Joseline is not with New York and NeNe.
She has made her mark on reality television, whether you want to admit it or not. But we've also seen what fame has done to Joseline. Like, we've seen the alleged drug addiction. We've seen multiple counts of violence. Even at one particular point, she was recently on Drink Champs where she admitted that she did lose custody of her daughter for a short period of time as well, too. But what we saw in that video was a deranged lunatic. And what I don't seem to understand is why do our community continue to support the shit that Zeus puts out? Now, I'm all for people making their money, but they are literally making their money on the backs of making people look like a goddamn fool on television.
Absolutely.
Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I understand, you know, we have our guilty pleasures. We like to escape. We want reality TV to be sort of kind of escapism. But that's trash, y'all. Like, that's some serious trash that Zeus is putting out. Like, at Bad Girls Club, Baddies, this, all these bitches is doing is just fighting on TV. And it's just not to women because we got For the Love of Bobby Purr and the dudes was on that fighting as well, too. So, I don't know. At some point, we just kind of look at Zeus like, we need y'all to level up your content just a little bit.
No, what we need to do is stop watching it. And that'll show, that'll make a point. Stop supporting that bullshit they putting on, I don't even know if I want to call it a network.
How many shows have you watched on Zeus?
0.
You a damn lie.
No,
I
take that back. I take that back. I take that back. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Bad Boys Club LA when it first came out. But that was it. Literally probably like 2 or 3 episodes.
Right. It's something about our culture and where we are today with this people, they have this addiction to want to be famous by any means necessary. And I'm not trying to judge people, but at the same time, I am judging.
I am.
y'all need to kind of, I don't know, Zeus, y'all need to tighten up just a little bit. But it's a guilty pleasure, and people love to see confusion. They love to see fights, and I love a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. I love watching a good fight. But at some point, like when I'm looking at these clips online, I'm just like, okay, is that all that these shows are offering? Is that all these shows are actually about?
For me, reality TV used to be the mindset of, you know, seeing people like grow businesses and grow families. And then even when you had like Love and Hip Hop, you know, you were able to keep up with maybe a celebrity that you enjoy. You saw what they do, how to make an album, what they battles were. But now, the shit, that's what y'all gonna give us? Baby, it ain't worth it.
Even with the whole Krishan Rock and Blueface, that whole toxic, like that relationship is so toxic. And I just want so much better for that young lady. I don't even know this girl, but I just want better for her. But
you don't want better for him?
I just want better for her because she's worth more than what she knows. It's almost like she don't really realize her own self-worth or her own self-value. Putting up with that bullshit from that whack ass nigga. And then his other baby mama, he bringing her. It's a mess. The whole situation is just very, very toxic. And I just hope that now that she's pregnant, maybe once she has that baby, she'll start looking at things a little bit different because she now has the responsibility of someone else. And she might change some of her actions, but she needs to get the hell away from that loser. Did you hear about Anita Baker kicking Babyface off her tour?
I did hear.
And so for those of you who don't know what's going on, Anita Baker and Babyface have been on tour. Things started getting a little problematic over the last couple of shows because his sets were cut short or cut completely out of the show, and it was just her, you know, performing. Babyface, of course, did feel some type of way, allegedly, about this. Why are my sets getting cut? Why are my part of the show getting cut and yours is continuing to go? We've been hearing some rumblings of they've been having some sound issues, some audio issues, things of that particular nature, and by the time they get all of that stuff worked out, they have to be out of the venue by a certain time. Anita Baker is the headliner, which she has thrown out there that this is her tour and Babyface is her opening act or her guest on the show. So I can kind of see if this is my show and we have to make adjustments, I'm not necessarily going to make my set shorter. I'm going to make your set shorter because you are the guest. I guess this happened too many times. Fans started getting upset, and there's been some online bullying of Anita Baker, and she's basically told his people, you need to get your fans. Like, tell them to stop attacking me or getting upset with me for the adjustment I made. So I guess he didn't do it, and so she kicked his ass off the tour.
But I've always heard that Anita Baker wasn't that nice. I'll say that wasn't that nice.
She was challenging.
But very challenging to work with and deal with. But I made a comment on the Shade Room when they posted about it. And my thing is, why is he being penalized for things that his fans are doing? Now, if you want him to address his fans and he addresses fans in a manner of how he feels they should be addressed, why are you penalizing him? Babyface, of all people. We know Babyface to be a hit maker, a music maker, lover of people, and you just decided to put him off your tour because the bullies that his fans are? It's a very unfortunate situation. And it's so sad because social media is used for so many different ways. You know, porn, businesses, people being expressive of stuff they see on TV, concerts that they go to. And people have to understand that even though celebrities are rich, right, that they're still people. Yeah. We don't know what you all were saying that affected Anita in any kind of way. Anything you could have been saying could have been affecting her money, her personality, her emotions. We got to understand that social media, it's a gun. No, the gun is social media. Words are the bullet. The people behind the keyboard, people holding the gun.
Who pulled the trigger?
You just got, yes. Damn. So I feel like Anita and Babyface need to have a one-on-one, get off of the social media, talk it out, fix it, and make some babies on stage. Not them together, but I'm talking about, like, you know, music-wise, make some people make some babies. It's unfortunate because I like both artists.
I think it's one of those things where she might have jumped the gun just a little bit, but, you know, you have to also think, not trying to be ageist or whatever, but she may not understand the whole social media thing, and only thing she probably was seeing was the hate, and she was just like, you know what, let me remove all of this negative energy from around me, and if I have to remove him from the tour, then so be it. I don't think that was the right thing to do. Like, those two people together, I know that's a good vibe. Like going to that concert is a complete vibe. Who do you think is the bigger star between Anita Baker and Babyface?
The Babyface.
You think Babyface is the biggest star? Why do you say that?
Babyface has worked with so many artists, from rappers to singers. He's helped people create their careers and just create their sound. I love Anita, don't get me wrong, but I think that for the music, Babyface has done more, if that makes sense. That's why I feel like he's the bigger star.
When you think about both of them have made some timeless music. Babyface sings, but he, I think, has made bigger hits as a producer versus a singer. Now, although he has some hits as well too, but he's produced some huge numbers as far as, you know, other people's songs. But you also have to think, like, Anita Baker is just Anita Baker. And she has some timeless songs as well, too.
I said I'm about to play her when we finish recording.
Yeah,
I'm about to play her when we finish recording.
I think Anita Baker might be the bigger star than Babyface. When you think about, I don't know, that's a tough one. We want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Again, make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you share it on all of your social media platforms. And we will see you guys for the 50th episode of The Wine Up next time. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. Love you. And remember, you are good enough.